So I was reading an article. And say that 95% of the articles it's published in English. 95% of scientific articles is published in English. And they were saying that it was like a dictatorship from English.
No, you know,
that's what the article said, because the article is actually in Spanish and says that 95% it's in English and the remaining is in Spanish, Portuguese, or I think German. But as Donald said, if you want to learn anything about science, you need to know English.
And if you want to share.
No, if you, that's a system that, I mean, maybe it's, students in science are in no position to argue with whether the system is right or wrong. If you want to do science, this is what you do. And actually that discussion comes from my old boss when I lived in Greece, who was a Greek scientist. And we had I was at an institute with, I don't know, 400 or 500 research scientists, and from Italy, Greece, all over the world. And first day he got up and said, look, the language of science is English. I will allow no foreign languages to be taught on this campus and to be used on this campus. And of course, all the Italians went away and spoke in Italian, and all the Greeks went away and raised hell in Greek, and that meant nothing. But the point was taken. I mean, it's actually a dictatorship of publishing houses. That's what it really is. And they're based in, not just in America. But the thing I like about the approach that we're using is that it's a really practical approach, because it's situation dependent. I mean, like Oyden is saying, if you want to, I mean, your issues are about things at your job. We have 2 engineers that he works with in the mornings, and they have to do presentations. It's about, I don't know, if you're involved in healthcare, or if you're a child and you're doing, but they're topically oriented, so you're actually learning something as you go along. Whereas I remember being a child and going, you know, Oyden still asks me today, says, is that the present past perfect tense of the adjective attached to the, I'm going, I don't know. I just write and read anymore. Oh my God. I memorized that once. So that's why I'm just enjoying listening to everybody. So I don't want to too much.
Okay, Alex. So Carolina told me that you got a bunch of students that they might come to our language school. And when I say that you want to contribute, it's not that you have to give us money or something. Just by bringing students is a contribution, you know, because
I was going to say just that. I mean, I have a list as long as my arm of past students. So it could be that they might need a different approach, because I said to Carolina, the way that I teach, I can be very, very strict insofar as I won't have like translations, but it's very conversational English, the way that I teach, my methodology. But I've got a long list of students that I'm sure they'll be happy to be taught by.
That's great.
Themselves.
Yeah.
Actually, Alex, I think, I mean, the other thing is we're just the 3 of us interacting with you to learn from your experiences and share our experiences. I'm a great believer in communication, and we got to get together and talk about what it is we do.
Absolutely.
You do it from a different direction, with a different mindset, with a different population, and that's really cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That itself is a contribution. Yes.
Absolutely. And thank you for taking the time to.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, no doubt, you know, we'll be in contact with Carolina to send the list of all my students and just see what happens from there. You know, if I'm able to teach the odd class, I wouldn't mind. But predominantly my core group are adults. I don't teach English as a second language to children. I mean, my day job, I work in a primary school teaching English maths, geography. So I'm thinking, I need a break. I need a break. Give me a break.
Yes.
Plus, plus
but
Alex. Go ahead, Carolina.
That we could invite him as a guest on a Saturday. We have a little group on Saturdays. It's mainly conversational. That is the group that I can invite people easily because of schedule. But they love speaking, you know, like that group, they only like to speak and ask questions, and they're curious, and they're gonna ask you about the food. And
that's my kind of lesson. I love those classes.
Well, if you one day have 30 minutes,
yeah, we
would appreciate that. Yes.
Yeah, we have that schedule from 8 in the morning until 12. Yes. Oh, yes, from 8 to 12, Colombia.
Mm-hmm.
But we can work something out. We can work something out.
And it will be awesome because as mainly our guests are Americans, so they will go crazy with your accent.
Good. That is
Water.
Good.
Daughter.
I love it. I love it.
No, trunk, bonnet, trunk, bonnet.
Don't get me started, Don.
Well, actually, I have one of my former colleagues in Greece. He has two daughters. One of them went to school in England. One of them they're sisters. One of them went to school in America. So they get in these enormous arguments over correct English at dinner every night. And one of them's got a heavily American accent, and the other one is completely British. But it's the bonnet. It's a trunk.
I've had those conversations many times.
I bet you have.
The pronunciation, is it from United States or British English? Oh. Anyway, we can do that.
I tell them, as long as you keep the same accent, it doesn't matter. If you want to speak British, do it. But I hate when they do, oh, teacher, I'm so thirsty. Do you have some water?
Bravo!
No, if you are telling me you are thirsty, you need to ask me for water. You cannot ask me for water. And we remember, Beltran, we had a teacher that we always had arguments because, you know, I think the richness of this process is to teach the students the different ways that you can say this and that all of them are correct. So my students will say water, and then he will get angry with them and say, no, that's not how you say water. And they will come, teacher, Andres told us that this, oh, like, no, you can't say water, you can't say water. Both are correct. You know, like, we're not gonna say that a whole country is speaking wrong English. Yeah.
Yeah, but Alex probably has students that I have the same problem with here. They don't say, American students don't say water. They say water.
Yeah.
But that's more southern.
I've been in England enough to know give me some water.
There you go. Yeah.
That is floppy.
Yeah.
Water. It's kind of a grunt. Yeah, and ours is water. Yeah. I mean, so
no, Alice, I was gonna say that there is also a huge difference between what you do and what we do, because we teach English as a foreign language. And it's difficult as a second language, you know. That's why we want to provide our students with those labs that was invented by Donald. Laboratories, laboratory, because he's a scientist. So laboratories is that we bring a person, a native, to a class, and they experience real English. You know, we don't have a homework or something. Sometimes they do presentations, but that's it. But we want them to speak with you, you know, and that's it. But we have to take into account that in our country, English is a foreign language. They don't have the opportunity to see a person who speaks in English in the corner or in the store or at the bus. No, never. Just in movies, YouTube, songs, and that's what we're doing. Okay, Alice, I don't want to take your time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Very kind of you.
Thank you to Carolina. Do you want to say anything to Carolina? It's been a long time.
Carolina, and was listening, just very, very, very interested in all what you said. And I would like to congratulate you because the project is amazing. I really like, and just doing a summary of all this you said is the people really need this kind of opportunities to learn. Because I remember when I started to learn English with Carolina, it was like really frustrating for me because I was 40 and really need to speak. I really need to pass the test to come to England, to London. And I'm really happy that people can find this kind of opportunities that you give to them, because for me it was really difficult. Learn, how can I say it? So quick. And when you need to learn quick for something that you need is more difficult. It's stressful.
Especially languages.
It's very frustrated.
Yeah.
But if people can start to learn and love English to learn from early, or just because they want, not because they have. So the project, guys, is amazing. I really like it.
Well, you got it now, Sorelli. You speak
Exactly.
beautiful now.
Yes.
Yes.
So really it's a product of Carolina.
Carolina helped so much me. Even I didn't pass the exam. I think
Did you pass the exam? No,
no, I didn't pass. I didn't pass the islands. Island is this pronunciation. Island exam is very islands is very difficult. And I remember the old Carolina teach me, help me was in the writing, because the interview was 1.0. But help me the writing and remember all these things Carolina teach me.
Yeah.
And I didn't pass the exam, but it was enough to pass the visa. Now,
Okay, good.
Yeah, now who want to come here has to, the level has big 1.6. And me was 3.8, 3.8. But now nobody can pass, have a 6.6.
Yeah.
It's so difficult for ladies that want to come here to get married, things like that.
Well, let me tell you, Sorelli, let me
Yeah.
tell you, presenting an international test is difficult. It's really difficult. It's a different approach for studying. And for example, in my experience, I got the advanced C1, qualification. And then when I came to United States, I couldn't understand anything or say anything. So I knew a lot about English, but I didn't have any communicative skills. So it's kind of, it's just tricky. Presenting a test is different from using English in real life.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. It's different.
Right.
And I'm so happy to listen to you guys, because all you touch there, all these points you touch there, and this thing they are suffering or suffering, no? Suffering or experience during the years and has been living in London. Because in here, in London and everywhere, you can find people from everywhere.
So it's so cosmopolitan, yes.
Yeah, I have colleagues from Canada. One of my boss was from Canada, is Canadian. And when she came, she speak to us. Everyone was like, everyone speak English, but everyone was, what she said? Can you repeat? And also, and 6 months later, everyone was able to understand her.
Yeah.
And also another colleague from Australia. I don't know from which kind of Australia, because I follow some teachers from Australia. Some very nice ladies there, good teachers. But my colleague has Australian pronunciation very, very like, I cannot,
Very thick.
very thick. And still have a trouble problem to understand him. So
yeah, that's true.
good the people listen everything, every different. Yeah, it's so nice.
Okay, well then,
very nice.
Well, listen, thank you for inviting us on this, and no doubt we'll be in touch definitely. I'm definitely interested in being a guest on a Saturday conversational class.
Yeah,
It sounds
it's
very,
just
very interesting.
30
beautiful.
minutes.
That'd
30
be great.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alex and no, thank you guys. I know you are very busy and you know, it's just a contribution just by being here, as Don said. And
Yeah.
we wish we could get a, you know, a spot in London for our language school in the future. So maybe you can be the vehicle for that. So
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
well,
let's
we'll
keep in
consider.
touch.
So
Yes.
absolutely,
Yeah, I know.
absolutely.
Anything you need, guys, is you just let us know. Yeah, you just let us
Thank
know.
you.
We are more than happy to help, really, and it's a wonderful project. Yeah.
Yeah, and helping is
Very
not always
good.
about money. You know,
It's not
helping is
Absolutely.
not
exactly,
always
Yeah.
about
exactly,
money.
exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if in any case you want to listen my experience, because
That would be
when I-
awesome. Yes, in
it
a
would be.
because
class.
when
Absolutely.
I cry when I learn English.
That
Really,
would
in the
be
beginning.
awesome.
That would be
I
really good.
cry, and even the first year living in London, the English was not coming. No, it was so stressful. Not coming, not coming. Don't speak English. My husband was speaking Spanish all the time to me, and it was really, really, really tough story for me. But when you're starting to learn with love, thing comes. Yeah, it just teach people just love. Don't be afraid to have the mistake. I still have a lot of mistakes, and I have to learn
Me
a
too.
lot. Yeah, but it's just leave that afraid. Be afraid of speak English. Yeah, just speak. Just speak. Yeah.
That's a good advice. We need that advice in our classes.
Yeah.
And the thing is, very quickly, it's like what's really saying there. That is my niche, where you know, with my students, they have the profiles already, where they've come over to London, whether they're trying to get an opportunity, you know, to work or go to college for the first time. So that is my niche there. But for them to overcome the barrier is the confidence. So Sorelli will say to you that when she listens to my lessons, I'm very, very relaxed. We laugh a lot, but they don't realize they're actually learning English, survival
That's
English,
true.
or doing the FCA, which is the first certificate in learning English. So that is my niche right there. Adults who have come over to England who are looking for an opportunity to whether to work or go into education for the first time. So that is my niche there. But give me a call to do the special appearance on a Saturday.
Okay, Carol, so you are in charge. Thank you. Thank you. We want Sureli to tell the story in our classes. Bye-bye.
All right, guys.
Yes.
Thank you again for being here. God bless you
Thank
guys.
you.
God bless you,
Take care,
guys.
guys.
Take care. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Thank you, Carolina.
Yeah.
Bye.
Ay. Ay, oí densito.
Ay. Oh,
¿Cómo
ese
lo
fue.
viste?
Hold on.